So it seems quite a lot of you are having problems with pressure drops on your combis. Now I don't like to alarm you too much, but it is worth checking for leaks. And one of the prime places to check, funny enough, is under all your radiator valves and any pipe work that you can see, and also right underneath the bottom of your radiators in case there's any rust holes. Now there's a real easy way to do this if you've got carpets, which I'll show you. This is the easy way to find out if you've got any leaks at all with your rad valves or pipe work. You just take your shoes off, take your socks off as well. Be at home anyway, you know. Just get rid of them.
Seriously?
This is the easy way, yeah. Get your twinkle toes ready and then walk over to your radiator and just kind of put your foot around the valve. And if it's wet, you'll feel it, no problem. And then just take your foot along the bottom of the rad like this, and keep going, till you get to the other end. And again, that one's all right. I mean, if you prefer your left foot, you do use your left foot if you're left-footed. You know, but I like the right foot. But anyway, it will tell you if there's any if there's any leaks. Okay, the other way is the old-fashioned way, which I'll show you now. Not so much fun though. Normal way then. Okay, we're going to look at this towel rail here in my airing cupboard that I use to dry the clothes on. And the usual thing here, I mean, look under these joints here, this rad valve here. Now if you look over there, you can see a damp patch stain. And you can see that that is leaking. Okay, so we've got a slight weep on there, and that will cause a pressure drop. Most of the time it is from the valves dripping out of the packing glands, of which I've got loads of videos on how to do that. Even Jan does one, don't you? You enjoy the packing
well, sort of.
But basically just check everything. If you've got a pressure drop, it is very annoying, and it's one of those horrible things to find. There is leak sealer out there to try and see the problem if you've got pipes under the floor and stuff you can't get to, but it's best if you can to do the leak properly. But if all else fails, there is that.
Excuse me, what about from the bleed valve? I thought you were telling me about that.
Yeah, can do, yeah. Let's have a look at the bleed valves then. Well, just for you, Jan, there's the bleed valve. All right.
I know what it is.
But we haven't actually got a leak, so there's no stain. But you would see a little mark under here, a little rusty type mark, where it started to stain and drop down. And obviously, gets to worse, it will run right down the radiator and drip onto the floor. So that is another big one to look for.
Now you tell me this is a bleed valve. Well, I didn't quite get that. How's that work?
Well, unfortunately we've got these odd radiators that have their bleed valves on the side panel inside here. There's one this side and one at the far end. But as you can see, this one has leaked on and off, but it's not leaking now. Sometimes these bleed valves just take up on their own, so it's worth just feeling if they're dry. Sometimes they leak as well when they're cold, which is a bit odd, isn't it? But I know what you're thinking, why is that? But it kind of, expansion and contraction has a lot to do with it. When it gets hot, it expands and takes up the little leak. When it gets cold, it's been off for a while, it can start to weep. Just things to keep your eyes on. Alright then, that's it then, just a little one on radiators, valves and pressure drops with central heating, especially a Combi. But obviously, if you've got a normal system, just an F&E, you may also have a leak, so it's still worth checking your radiators and valves, because what happens here is the little tank in the loft will keep making up the difference where you've got a leak. So you may not get such a thing as a pressure drop because you've not got a pressure system, but you will still get leaks. So it's still worth checking, as I've shown you. Barefoot I prefer. Okay, see you next time then. All that stuff, you know where to go. Derek and 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.